One summer's day, Gordon the big engine was feeling ill. "It's the coal, Gordon," said his driver. "It's clogging up your tube, so we'll have to make a run for it today, so there's nothing else." "Why not have a good sneeze, Gordon?" explained Henry, remembering the time when he punished some boys for dropping stones on him. "That will clear your tubes." "Certainly not," grumbled Gordon. "Sir Topham Hatt didn't like your sneeze, I seem to remember, and there's nothing wrong with me today." Later, at the station, Gordon was nervous as he was picking up passengers. "I suppose they'll laugh at me if I don't keep time," he groaned. Soon Gordon's passengers boarded the coaches. So Gordon didn't worry. Once he pulled out of the station, he was starting to become happy again. When Gordon was crossing the bridge, he was very pleased of himself. "Let's get a good run at the hill while you've got steam to do it," said his driver. "I don't trust this low gray coal." Gordon fought for control. At the station, a party of wedding guests, all in their best clothes, were standing on the platform. As Gordon whooshed past, on his way to Gordon's Hill, smoke from the newly made fires streamed out of his funnel. He disappeared into the distance and left a black smoke screen settling over the station. It covered everything, wedding guests and all, in a coat of soot and smuts. Waving to Gordon had become shaking fists. And the Reverend hurried into the station master's office to telephone. Soon, Gordon puffed glumly into the station. The station master's message to Gordon was short and not sweet. "It's not fair," grumbled Gordon. "How can I help that smoke? It's not my fault the coal's dirty." "Never mind, Gordon," said Mavis. "Where would I get upset every time someone called me smelly? Anyway, soot's good for my garden. That's what my driver told me." "But not for new clothes," muttered Gordon with dignity. Soon Gordon was on his way back to the big station. It wasn't his lucky day. Back at the church, Sir Topham Hatt apologized to the wedding people and promised to meet Gordon at the big station. Mrs. Kyndley was cross. "Look at my poor daughter, Sir Topham Hatt," she said. "She's all covered in soot. Now we'll all have to go home." "I know," said Sir Topham Hatt. "It's all because of Gordon. I will speak to him once I meet him at the big station." Once Gordon arrived at the big station, Sir Topham Hatt was waiting on the platform. He was not happy. "I'm very disappointed in you, Gordon," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I cannot believe you blew a cloud of soot all over the poor wedding guests." Gordon was horrified. "Sir," he explained. Gordon blew his whistle in horror. "I did not! I was being extra careful." "I don't want to hear it anymore, Gordon," said Sir Topham Hatt. "As a punishment for blowing soot on the guests, you will stay in your shed for the few days." Gordon puffed sadly back into the shed. He wasn't happy about Sir Topham Hatt's punishment for him. "So you're covered in soot, Gordon," laughed James. "From now on, you should have a good clean." The other engines laughed. Gordon pretended not to hear.